I just need one more card and I can go infinite again.
Oh boy, you going infinite again? Oh boy.
Mm-hmm.
I do have the stream up. If anybody wants to just throw it on their other monitor, that'd be cool.
That was not the card to go infinite with. But
oh, was it not the card to go infinite with? Oh no! Oh no!
But I can hardcast it.
Oh well, okay then. Okay then.
Set up my infinite run.
Set up that infinite. Oh boy. Oh man. Yep. Okay. Let me just one more thing to get ready. Okay.
Got the infinite combo.
Infinite combo. Oh no.
I do not have enough lands, though.
Oh, you don't have enough lands to infinitely combo? What a fucking pleb.
But I will set up for next turn.
Oh, good. I'm sure they love seeing that.
As long
everybody likes it long. I mean, what?
as long as they don't kill it.
Well, they probably see what you're doing and they're probably gonna attempt to kill it. I don't know what you're doing, but you know, hey.
Warp 1.
What?
Warp 1. I'm waiting to see if they can do it or not.
Oh boy.
Target.
Dallas is saying long. He's trying to go infinitely long.
I have the most infinitely destroy target toughness.
He's having a moment over there.
They stopped my infinite run.
Well, you know what?
That wasn't very nice of them.
Dakota says long is fine, girthy hurts. Oh, that's funny. That's a funny one right there.
What if it's not funny?
You know, I don't know. What if it isn't funny? Who knows? Who could possibly know? Where they stop, nobody knows, I guess. I don't fucking know, man. Who knows? Anyway. Oh, where's the MSQ at? Where's that MSQ at? Over there.
Yeah, it started at...
It makes sense. The same place it left off. Hello? Yep. No, it was a long ass day today. That was fun. Totally ready for tomorrow to just be over. That's what I'm really ready for. I was kind of fucked up. I was at the dentist's office and I was like falling asleep while she was cleaning my teeth. It was bad. Had a bunch of metal foreign objects in my mouth while I was trying to sleep. That is where I'm comfortable, Dakota. Okay, I'm gonna narrate.
Alright, I got everything set for putting all my gear on for level 100 minor. And I'll be right back because it's dinner.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm gonna narrate my thing real quick. Oh shit. First things first, then let's discuss the state of the machine malfunctions. Every single sector reported instances of sentries attacking citizens without provocation, and vehicles suddenly becoming unresponsive to controls. And while these malfunctions were resolved fairly quickly, they nevertheless resulted in a considerable number of injuries and deaths. Okay. But you haven't heard anything about new incidents since then, right? Right. No additional reports have been logged as far as I know. That's the good news. The bad news is I tried to take control of the soldiers when they started hurting people, but they won't listen to me, even though I have the king's authority. Once things calmed down, I was finally able to make them give up their weapons, but if it happens again, I don't know if they'll ignore me like before. The King of Rizal's authority is about the highest there is. Who is this man that can override it with such impunity? Calix, he lived in the age of the storm surge as I did.
Excuse me.
Lest you forget, he was known for his advancements in electrope technology, and it was he who established preservation for the purpose of furthering his research. The wasting disease which afflicted him, however, was said to leave him scant years left to live. He must have chosen to undergo conversion into an endless that he might continue his efforts into the present day. I don't think that's what's happening, but okay. Preservation's early goals seem noble enough, exploring treatments for Levin sickness, designing Everkeep's core system, that sort of thing. Why harm the people he was ostensibly trying to help? I do not pretend to fully understand Calix's motivations, only that he appeared licensed or incensed by what he saw as mankind's failings. He asserted that the strategy of adapting our species through generational succession was outdated, that evolution now requires us to forsake bodies of flesh in favor of eternal preservation.
Boys. I went infinite.
Oh boy, it went infinite. Oh,
I went infinite.
That's good. Okay, we've already seen how he's employed the simulant to convince Alexandrians that endless conversion is their only hope for survival. Eternal life is assured for the 5,000 who register their neo-regulators. But this is merely one part of Calyx's greater plan. He wants the key to interdimensional fusion. With that relic in his possession, he will draw
I did it.
aether from the reflections
beautiful.
and expand his efforts to create endless 1,000-fold. If we mean to foil Calyx's schemes, then our only option is to determine where he's hiding and put him down. Which unfortunately is easier said than done. I've been scouring the terminal we found in the depths of Everkeep, but I've failed to uncover even the slightest trace of his activities. Give me a little more time though, I'm sure I can sniff him out. I'll help you. While Galulja and Shale are working on that, I think I'm going to take a look around town. I want to make sure no new problems have cropped up, as well as search for any information that might lead us to Calyx. You're welcome to come along. Another malfunction could happen at any time, and I'd be glad to have some brawlers at my back. Count me in. Raha and the others are helping Oblivion patrol the other levels of the keep. So, shall we stick to the streets of Solution 9? Sounds like a plan. Thank you, too. I appreciate the company. I have to speak with the city's administrators about bringing in the Landsguard. I want our soldiers around to protect those who are moving to Tuliol. Alphanod and Alize will be joining me for the meeting, so the three of us can cover the sector as soon as we're done. If I may, I'd like to join Aluki's group, if he'll have me. More mouths to ask questions is the merrier, as long as you're aware of the dangers. Thank you, I'll do my best not to be a burden. I'm more worried about you, Geo. Don't do anything stupid. You'll change your tune once we get back with the goods on Calyx. The drinks are on you. Man, it has been a long day. Come on, let's continue this outside. Alright, alright. I'm fucking with it. I'm fucking with it. Where we going? Outside, outside. Oh, it's a dude dancing. I thought they had an NPC dancing. Oh. Oh, man. Sorry, I was off in my own little world. Shall we get started? People seem uneasy. Are you alright, Geo? Let's see what there is to see.
I can't believe I went infinite. That was awesome.
I'm well enough given the circumstances. It was the Queen's fondest wish that her subjects should remain shielded from the horrors of death, and so they were for the longest time. Then the moment morality once again becomes an unavoidable fact of life, they're greeted with an outbreak of bloody violence. many are bound to give the endless alternative series serious consideration. Indeed, I do not blame them for... Oh, this can is smashed. That's not good. Do not blame them for that. Okay, it didn't explode everywhere. Indeed, I do not blame them for that. It is only natural that such thoughts should come to mind. What I cannot forgive is the way Calyx wields fear and misery to manipulate people into making that choice. No one, not Calyx nor anyone else, should dictate how we cope with the specter of death. As one who lived as an Alexandrian, I wish to put the choices for this country's future back into the hands of its citizens. And you think we can handle that responsibility after everything you've seen of us? It is what I've seen that has convinced me you can. I awoke 4 centuries later to find people living and laughing beneath Alexandria's banner. Though surprised and bewildered, I was overjoyed to see it so. You all deserve to be happy. Well done. We'd best not let you down. Now, I suggest we move as a group. We don't know if or when a battle might find us. Well, I believe someone came prepared for just such an eventuality.
Okay, I'm back.
She's got a book?
No, you're not.
Is that a grimoire you retrieved
You're not
from
allowed
the
to.
old castle?
Well, I don't give a damn now, do I? I am
Apparently
here.
not.
Jesus, dude. Yes, my parents gifted it to me when I was a child. They were adamant that I should learn to protect the things important to me. I was fortunate enough to have a tutor in the arcane arts, so I lay claim to some small measure of skill. If that's the case, it might be better if we split into 2 groups after all. It would certainly be more efficient for information gathering. Is she a sum-sum? I guess that makes sense. The 2 of you can take the west side of the recreation zone then. Luke and I will take the east. Very well, we shall end our patrol in the plaza just past Truvu and await you there. Okay. Let's do the rounds then. We'll see what's what and chat to people we meet along the way. Pay special attention to anyone who looks overwhelmed or overly excited. Hopefully that will earn us a tidbit or 2 we didn't know before. And we're off to the races. You want to hear my story? While I appreciate you offering a sympathetic ear, there's not much to tell. If you must know, a good friend of mine died when those machines went crazy. His air wheeler dropped right out of the sky, and he didn't survive the crash. Damn fool wasn't wearing a regulator. I know that's not so strange these days, but he'd never bothered with one. He was at peace with the idea of dying someday, and I thought I understood what that meant until it happened. Are the sentries and air wheelers safe to be around now? I just know that it's going to happen again, and maybe next time I'll be the one who dies in a horrible accident. I need a Neo regulator. Becoming endless is the only way. Even Queen Sphene said so. What has me in such a fine mood, you ask? Well, I've just registered my new regulator. I was leery of becoming nothing but memories at first, but now that I've gone through the registration, I've never felt more at ease. Also, once it was done, the regulator displayed the current numbers of the 5,000 slots available. Over 8,300 have already been filled. If you're still hesitant, you've not much time to make your mind up. Mark my words, friend, when there's only a few slots left, it's going to get very ugly. A word. I feel like there was a new factor in these stories we've heard one hadn't considered during our discussion with everyone in the back room. The fact that nearly 4,000 people have registered is worthy of its own report. But are you sure there wasn't anything else? That's it. The vast majority of residents have always worn regulators, so it's not a detail we'd normally think about. With the supply of souls cut off, though, more and more people have been going without them. We need to look into casualties from the recent attacks and check whether or not they were equipped with regulators. Let's ask around on the street over to the east. It's a pretty chaotic at the time, but maybe we'll find eyewitnesses who can help us confirm if that was pattern or not. Oh, he's killing people on purpose without regulators. Oh, that's kind of smart though, because like if you know they can't revive. It's interesting. Unarmed sentry. Hello, how are you today? Please let me know if I may be of service. Citywide casualty data unavailable. Government officials are currently processing reports from all affected zones. You narrow it down to the recreation zone, then you must have some estimates on hand. Recalibrating parameters. Injured 87 individuals. Casualties 19 individuals. Casualties equipped with regulators 0. Okay. They're targeting people without regulators then. You wish to know the people who died in the machine rampage were wearing regulators. I'm sorry, but I was assigned to clearing away debris. I didn't see any of the deceased. No bodies were present by the time I arrived, so I assume the ushers had already done their work. I do remember there being patches of white dust scattered about that were quite a chore to clean up, but nothing else worthy of mention. Okay. Lukey, I think it's time we rejoin Kryle and Sphene. I was half joking with my boasts to Shale, but we may have stumbled upon something major here. We should share our findings and keep pursuing this avenue of inquiry. Didn't Kryle say to meet them in the plaza just outside of Truvu? Let's get going. Okay. Oh, it's all the way over there. Okay. So yeah, he's targeting people purposely that don't have regulators because they can't revive. It's both smart and insane at the same time. If your job is to make a mass panic, then yeah, okay. Oh, he's probably collecting more souls. Somehow. So essentially you're saying that people who were killed by malfunctioning machines weren't wearing regulators. Yeah. Well, the numbers are still tentative and only appear to that one zone. We don't know how they'll stack up against overall data, but this is definitely more than a coincidence. I think it's safe to say that anyone who had removed their regulator was a priority target. Now that you mention it, the person I was treating for injuries wasn't wearing one either. But why? Why are they being targeted over everyone else? Based solely on the lack of neo-regulator, we cannot judge if a person has no desire to become endless, or if they simply fail to acquire one of the limited devices. But those who wear no regulators at all, they have clearly rejected the old system of using souls to revive themselves. Put another way, they have chosen to live their lives in knowledge that death is an eventual inevitability. The chances that such resolute people would wish to become endless are far lower, I would imagine. So Calix has chosen those least likely to accept his vision as victims to stoke fear and panic. But there was no need to kill anyone. With the way things were, the people were already fearful enough. He could have found 5,000 willing citizens without all this madness. You make a good point. Perhaps this sowing of terror is in service to another scheme, or he had some other need for the lives he's taken. What of the dust at various sites? Right. The sanitation worker's stories. She saw no bodies but mentioned piles of white dust. Dust but no bodies. Now where have I heard that before? You recall when we went to save Aaronville from the sentries in the outskirts, that Usher Malachite told us much the same thing. When I arrived, I found no body, only a pile of dust, which the wind quickly scattered. Confused, I questioned the residents, but none knew what had become of it. Okay. Both stories speak of missing remains is suspicious enough, but the shared mention of this dust is too much to ignore. In that case, we should confirm if this substance was present at other sites and attempt to ascertain its nature. Following this thread may lead us not only to the explanation for the missing bodies, but also the intent behind Calix's murderous actions. Lukey, we need your help. I've lost control over the soldiers in the residential area. They might be trying to hurt people again. Oblivion members are on their way now, but you are close enough to join them. Off we go! Damn it, our new investigation will have to wait. Let's go. Uh-oh.
Stay back! Stay away from me!
Uh-oh.
Leave him alone.
Are you all right?
Yeah, man, you alright? You look like you were about to poop yourself.
What happened here? A sentry walked into my apartment, even though I'd locked the door and everything. I managed to run, but the man who tried to save me.
No weapons, which is to be expected, considering all the sentries were meant to be disarmed. Yet it was ordered to attack all the same, even if that meant using its bare hands.
It's interesting.
I'll leave matters here to you. I'm going to do a sweep of the surrounding area.
Okay, sir.
Do you know anyone else in this sector who no longer wears a regulator?
Oh, I don't think I've seen Isadora and her boy with theirs recently.
Go to them, quickly!
I'll be fine. But Isadora's in bad shape. Mother! Mother, please!
Isadora!
Oh no.
Oh, thank goodness. She wasn't struck anywhere vital.
Okay, she's alive.
I'm sorry. If only I'd gotten here sooner.
Everything will be all right. I promise to make your mother better.
And man, I love Sphene. She's such a good addition to the game.
So,
I really want them to add Sven's outfit to the game, too. Thing is fucking great. At least she's okay.
Will she sleep like that forever?
No, not forever. She'll wake soon. I'm sure of it.
That's good to hear. Thank you for saving her.
The promise of tomorrow. It's a nice. That was a good. That's just the intro? Okay. Oh. Wait, please, it isn't safe and you still need rest. Okay. Off we go with Sven. Okay. Isadora is going to be alright then. I'm so glad. I've just finished my administrations here. Our Oblivion comrade was beyond saving, I'm afraid. Oh, man. Brave soul, he gave his life to save another. He died protecting me. I don't understand why any of this is happening. That sentry was behaving normally like any other, then all of a sudden it tried to kill me. Weapons or no, Calyx commanded them to commit murder. Is it over? We came as soon as Waiakwe sent word. I'm sorry, but by the time we arrived, it was already too late. Then Geode could be in trouble too. Once we have this radius lockdown, we need to find him. But why? Has something happened? Possibly, we're not sure what, but he stopped responding to our communications. We need to prioritize securing the residential sector though, at least until we regain control over the sentries. Then we should search for Geode. I agree, since most Oblivion members have sworn off regulators. If our theory holds true, then they could be prime targets for the next attack. Please do what you can to shepherd the residents to safety, but avoid the sentries at all costs. Alright, thanks. Here, take these communicators. We've made modifications to them to prevent Calyx from intercepting the signal and have been using them to coordinate movements with allies in the vicinity. Waiakwe has one too, so I'll ask her to keep hailing Geode. Good luck and stay safe. Geode said he would sweep the surrounding areas, so he shouldn't have ventured too far. Let's get going. Dude's name Jimmy Dwayne. You see no sign of Geode. Perhaps you should search further to the east. I love that the sprint turns into fast running or fast walking too now. That's great. See no sign of Geode. Wyakway's voice crackles from the communicator. Geode, answer me. It's no response. Perhaps you should continue to search further to the east. Okay, so Geode's probably got shot or something. Oh, hey, look at that. Everybody's here. See no sign of Geode. The neighboring residential radius would be the next logical place to look.
This is the only place left. Let them be safe.
Oh.
Geode, are you there? Answer me, please.
I'm here. Sorry for the long silence. I've been busy.
Oh, you're alive. Thank the gods. Where are you now?
The radius next door. The lobby is secure. I'll scout the second floor. Then I'll join you.
Oh, they're sucking the ether out of them.
That dust.
Dust? What are you talking about? What's happening?
They're not just collecting souls. They're draining the bodies of corporeal ether. The dust that we saw was all that was left of the victims. They must have modified the soul cells. Shit.
You ran out of ammo? How do you run out of ammo?
You can't be here. You need to run now.
No, it's a trap.
A trap.
No, Geode.
Take care of the others, eh?
No! What?
No sign of him so far. This way, maybe?
His gun.
Geode!
Hmm.
A shame. I had hoped to leave here with at least one more cell's worth of ether. But seeing how eager you are to interfere, I shall cut this foray short.
Oh, it's so messed up.
Calyx. What could you possibly stand to gain from these atrocities?
Ether sufficient to generate 5,000 endless. How would you acquire it? Until I have the key, the reflections are closed to me. Thus do I make do with the sources at hand. 7% of Alexandria's current population will yield the energy to convert 5,000 into endless. With 11%, operations can continue unabated for 800 years. Our bodies are fated to decay sooner or later. These ones refuse the gift of eternal life, so what difference does it make if I return them to ether now?
Oh, you piece of garbage. I hate him. He's a great villain, but fuck him.
I will not waste time and resources on meaningless conflict. This unit cannot offer you worthwhile resistance. Instead, I pose a question. Would you hand over the key if I promise to halt my harvest? It was foolish of me to even ask. I return to my work then. There is much to do if I must take the key by force.
You bastard! You turned him to dust! How dare you! Kind of his own fault, though. He threw his gun away like an idiot. Like, what do you expect, bro? You threw your gun away. Why'd you throw your gun away? Oh, why'd you throw the gun away? pile of dust, these ashes, and the soul cell he left behind. Was that his twisted way of returning Geode to us? Damn you, Calyx. Damn you and your careless cruelty. He was our friend. Even so, some might say every death was justified if it meant 5,000 endless could continue their immortal lives. And if a reflection stolen aether allowed for many more endless. Oh, welcome back, bud. Why, that too would be a noble sacrifice for the greater good. Who could think of that? Who could think that? Not I. Certainly not I. We know only too well there is not noble in this sacrifice. You want to see Flint read? Brother, Flint can't fucking read. He actually cannot read. I've seen him try. We have to stop him. We have to find Calyx and put an end to this madness as soon as possible. Also, I still don't have that affiliate back, so we're working on it. Under no circumstances can we let the key fall into his possession, Lukey. It falls to us, we will thwart his plans here in Alexandria before he can terrorize innocents and reflections elsewhere. You goddamn right, we're gonna beat his ass. This is gonna be an epic beatdown. Oh, what a bitch. Oh, you dickhead. He killed my friend and turned him to dust. What a bitch. All that's left of him is a canister of ether. That's so messed up. It's fucked up.
Our dear Geode. The soldiers. If only I'd been able to control them.
This isn't your fault, Gololja. The blame lies with Calyx, and with him alone. It's all so senseless. Why force his plans upon us when we're already happy, living our lives? What does he even think life is? I'll never forgive Calyx for doing this. Or myself for being powerless to stop him.
We're gonna beat this sick kid into the ground. I cannot wait to beat him up.
Wait, where are you going? To clear my head. Don't worry, I won't do anything stupid.
Stay here and get some rest. I'll make sure nostalgia stays out of trouble.
Thank you.
Bro, that's fucked up. I like that they've gone the route of, like, they don't mind killing people off.
Many people are still alive because of you.
And after adding what you discovered to the leads we've dug up, I'm hopeful we can determine where Calyx is hiding.
Hmm.
But not right now. We need time before we can move on. Just a little time.
Oh, Theod.
Well, it's messed up. They killed him and turned him into a pile of dust. Another comrade gone. Some days it's almost more than I can bear. Jude was an older brother to nostalgia and me. Shale knew him longer though, and is surely taking it the hardest, and that's on top of what happened with Kalkia. You think you could check on her, see how she's doing? She's like to put on a brave face if it's me or my sister. Apologies, my mind was elsewhere. We need to press on with the hunt for Calyx, but I can't seem to focus. I should be better than this, I know. There anything I can do? You can't help yourself, can you? Still, I appreciate the concern. Kalkia used to say the best thing to do with grief was to let it all out. So I think I'll take myself over to Earth and the Sky and say goodbye. I'll say my goodbyes to Geode. Why don't you come along? I could use someone to blubber to if you've a shoulder to spare. Right then, let's get out of the Everkeep for a bit. Oh man. Ready, will be flying close to the pylons. Follow my lead. The airwheelers are Genalt's babies. You won't find a smoother ride in all of Everkeep. For years now, I've been taking one out for a turn whenever I needed to lighten my mood. Sometimes Geode would come along too, and we'd end up racing. Does that surprise you? Our friendship always had a competitive edge. We would often talk about how one day we might fly our wheelers outside the dome. Almost there. Be sure the ground is clear before you touch down. Phew, that's helped clear my head a touch. You know, Lukey, you might be the first person I've ridden with who wasn't an Oblivion recruit. As far as I remember, at least, the memories from my regulator days aren't exactly reliable. Come on, let's head inside. Hopefully the way will be clear of pests today. Man, this is kind of messed up. It's good storytelling, though. I like it. This is kind of stuff we wanted. Just tell a good story. There you go. Go speak to Shale. Thanks. We can usually avoid such encounters, but sometimes they wander in and block the only path. Not that it slowed you down at all. I've never seen you fight up close before, and the surveillance feed clearly didn't do it justice. Ahem. Hopefully that keeps the route clear for a while, shall we?
Whenever we lost a comrade, the three of us would come back here to reminisce. Me, Geode, and Kafkiwa.
Oh, I gotta press the button.
Will you raise a glass?
Well, yeah. Oh, hello, Cryle.
What are the two of you doing here?
I had a feeling you'd show up. Would you like to join us?
I suppose I could spare a moment.
Yeah, their characters are getting better and better. She looks great. I think they're doing better and better job with making the stuff look more real. Or as much as they can with their limitations that they've got.
Oblivion's founders disappeared some decades ago under mysterious circumstances. And it was Kafkiwa who revived our organization. You and Geode helped her with that, didn't you? Tell us more about it. You're keen to know too, right? What they were like back then. The mad things they got up to. That sort of thing.
Those were the days. It was actually right before the Reformation that I met Geode. I still wore a regulator then. I'd recently lost someone close to me. I'd also quit a long stint as an adapter to work at a bar of all places. It paid me to sit with patrons and keep them company. So Geode came in one night. It wasn't long before we got into an argument. First-time customer, but tempers flared. And then one of us threw a punch.
You got into a fist fight? What were you even arguing about?
Okay.
Damned if I know. we were deep in our cups. I think we were both just frustrated and angry at everything. By the end of it, we were both sprawled out in the street. Pair of drunken fools. Then this odd machine stopped to lecture us, scolding us for obstructing the foot traffic and not taking better care of ourselves.
I can't imagine you ever being in such a sorry state. The odd machine. That was Kafkiwa, I take it.
That it was. Once she was done upbraiding us for our unseemly behavior, she launched into a recruitment pitch.
Yo, they're actually building the characters again. I love it.
Zoralja's invasion, to keep him from bringing ruin to the place her beloved son lived. And if we were so intent on self-destruction, then perhaps we might consider risking our hides for a just cause. It was a lot to take in. I hadn't given much thought to what lay beyond the barrier, and learning that Kafkiwa herself was already dead was enough to make my head spin. But Geode and I were intrigued by her ideas, and wanted to see this future of hers come to pass.
Wow, that's interesting.
Geode often spoke of it. He told me that meeting Kafkiwa was what first taught him the value of remembering people.
Like he was sharing a holy revelation.
Oh, but back then you hadn't yet taken on Oblivion's name, had you?
This is so good.
I just assumed.
It hadn't been Kafkiwa's intention to carry on Oblivion's legacy, nor adopt the cause your parents championed. Not initially, at least. She wasn't even aware such an organized resistance existed. She did, however, suspect the presence of other dissidents, those who objected to resurrecting the memories of the dead in defiance of the natural order. In the hopes of identifying like-minded comrades, we began searching the core system for traces of unauthorized access. And that's how we found it. An anomalous sector in the back of the Neon Stein. According to Melancholy, the door to that mystery had remained firmly shut since she took over the business.
The back room.
The back room.
The back rooms, jingle jingle, jingle jangle.
The hideout had long been abandoned. Although the occupants were gone, the equipment they'd left behind contained records of a group calling itself Oblivion. After reading through their exploits and their vision for the future, we made the decision to carry on their work.
I love that we're story building again. It's so good, dude.
Bound together.
And carried onward by Shale and Geode.
We could never have made it this far on our own, of course. Not without the strength of arms you and your friends provided. Losing comrades is a hard thing, but being here, thinking back on the moments we shared, I can see their smiles, hear their laughter. I feel their presence, and I know they're still with us. But these memories of mine are for me alone. Reminders of why I chose to do this. And why I'll stay the course. right. Time we got back to work. Thank you, everyone.
No, it's me who should be thanking you. Though the pain is still deep, I don't feel like I'm drowning in it anymore. Let's get out there and put a stop to Calyx. For you, for me, and for everyone who's ever believed in Oblivion.
Man, dude. It's so good. Get that spell speed. Alright. Talk to her again. Shale steals her heart for the work ahead. It's time I went back to locating Calyx's lair. I have a new strategy in mind, but it remains to be seen if it will aid in narrowing down the possibilities. I'll ask Kryle for help. I want to re-examine the data, starting with that of her parents. After all, they were the first to break away from preservation and establish an organized resistance with Oblivion. There must be something in there that can point us in the right direction. What are your plans, Luki? Luki, is that you? Apologies for calling you suddenly. I've been making the rounds in the outskirts and cannot help but feel as though something is amiss. Might I ask you to join me? Your perspective would be appreciated. It can wait until you finish attending to Shale, of course. Seems your plans have been decided for you. Go on. I've others to speak with before I return to the back room. The outskirts. Alright, where you at, Sfeed? Oh, right there. Fuck yeah. Perhaps it is my imagination, but the townspeople appear to be acting oddly. That is, even considering the state of affairs. As I am yet unfamiliar with the outskirts, I thought you might be better equipped to judge if their behavior is unusual or not. Would you speak with them and see what you think? Though I hope it to be proven wrong, I fear something is not right. Uh-oh. Nice ominous music, all that stuff. Yeah, uh-huh. Oh, please let me tell you. Oh, please tell me you brought more Neo-regulators. Officially, they've all been handed out already, but I've heard rumors that there are a few left over. Surely the government had... Oh, God, you're trusting the government? That's not good. Or perhaps Queen's Fiend. I may not look it, but I was a hunter once. Back then, I hardly gave death a second thought. But now that I know the truth, it's all I can think about. There has to be a way to hold on. There has to. Yeah, they're terrified because this dude is going around killing everybody. I'd be terrified too. You're not wearing a regulator? Don't you know the end is coming? Oh, good. Well, it's your life to lose. Me, I got myself one of those Neo-regulators and registered it a little while ago. As soon as I did, a display appeared showing the number of registered users. Right now, it's sitting at 4,168. The upper limit was 5,000, wasn't it? Seems to be the total shot up right after those machine malfunctions. It's only a matter of time before everyone's registered. A pity those who weren't chosen, but I'm going to be an endless. I'm going to evolve and live happily ever after. No, God. Oh, it's stupid people syndrome. I hate it. They think, oh, yeah, the government will never do anything wrong. Sir, have you met the government? Because it always does the wrong thing. Greetings, I remember when you visited with Queen Fiend. Come to check on our well-being, have you? Well, I can say that things are rather stressful out here as well. Without knowing if or when the machinery might turn murderous, the specter... The specter of death is ever present. People are terrified and clamor for... Neo-regulators has reached a fever pitch. Oh, God. I personally was fortunate to have claimed a new device early on and have long since completed the registration. Death has no hold over me now. Now I must begin my prayers. The darkness draws closer, grows deeper, and we must cast it out. Oh, God. Oh, no. It's a cult. They made a cult with the government. Oh, God, that's terrible. You made a government cult? Oh, Jesus. Yes, that's exactly it. The people are overwhelmed by uncertainty and fear, and with each new registration, that fear inside them grows more insistent. How long until it drives them into full-blown panic? Lukey, can you come to resolution? We have a problem. I'm already here with Lemity and Alphanod. Oh boy, it's about to get really fucking... It sounds like she wants us in there. They're in a hurry. We should go. Ruh-roh. Ruh-roh. Oh no.
What's happened?
Uh-oh.
Sorry to drag you out here, but I thought it best you see for yourself.
Oh no. What was happening?
Though you toil with diligence, death may come ere your reward is bestowed. Though your grand works be poised for completion, death may come ere you wake the following morn.
Uh-oh.
Though you enjoy a life of peace and
The hysteria, no!
but one instant to claim you. Your bodies are weak. Your heart, your brain.
Got that chicken and rice cooking? Oh, hell yeah.
Moment to moment. Sheer chance deciding if they function or fail.
Intentionally scaring the masses.
Be you stoic or generous or righteous, no virtues tip the scales in that fatal reckoning. The choice is made without reason. The end is cloaked in terror. That is what it means to die.
Oh no, you forgot the broth? Oh no.
The announcement began.
I usually buy like bone broth.
As for its source, well,
Yeah, Calyx. Calyx, you motherfucker! He's a good villain, though. I'm actually liking him as a villain.
It is that very fear which will drive you to conquer death. Let us set a new course for mankind. Let us preserve our existence unto perpetuity. Hope for it. Wish for it.
Well, the people that actually have them think it's a good thing. Yeah,
With evolution's brilliance, will we banish the ever-present darkness of mortality.
Change isn't easy. No one ever wants to take the first step. But this is the right path for us. What other way could there be? I'm gonna do it. I'm going to register.
Oh.
You couldn't have come at a better time. Please, you have to let us move to Tuliolal.
It's too dangerous to stay here. Who knows when the next century will turn on us?
Mm-hmm.
Even if we wanted to become endless, there are no more neo-regulators to be had. Fleeing is our only option.
If the solution was
Dude's gonna be a dick.
then we'd all have left already. Did you not hear the announcement? For the living, death is a foregone conclusion. No matter where we go or who we shelter with, we won't get another chance like this to overcome our fate.
I mean,
Say when you have that regulator.
like, if there's no way for you to die ever, then eventually life becomes stale because there's no risk. There's nothing, you know, what's worth living if you're not really human anymore and you're not...
The Landsguard are on their way as we speak, and arrangements have been made to see that you all will be safely evacuated. Tulichola will aid you in whatever way we can. So please, remain calm.
This is the first time Wuklamat talked the whole time.
I want to help Alexandria. I want to save its people. But what can I do?
You're the queen!
I am not their queen.
But you are the queen. What do you mean? You could... Calyx has access to the core system, which means that if he chose to do so, he could deploy the soldiers beyond the barrier. Even if our people learn to live with death and decide to leave the dome behind, they will not be beyond his reach. Yet if it serves to allay their fears even a little, I beg you, Wuklamat, please let them shelter in Tuliol. We will evacuate. We will welcome any and all who want to come. We've already begun evacuations and will be able to pick up the pace once the Landsguard arrives. In which case, we had best spread out and keep an eye on the crowds. The mood is tense and we must prepare for possible violence. If you happen to determine where Calyx is hiding, though, we'll be ready to move at a moment's notice. Surely we'll find a clue of some kind soon. He can't elude us forever. Oh. Oh, okay. I was like, what? Violence and fear. This is not the future she envisioned for her nation. Oh god, talk to Wuklamat. Alright, Wuklamat. Let's talk. Tuliolo would gladly welcome every last Alexandrian with open arms. But what of the nation the late queen was so desperate to preserve? What of that bright haven of peace and laughter? I won't stand here and let her legacy be sullied any further. I will protect Alexandria. That was the promise I made her at the last. But she betrayed you, did she not? Why do you feel this obligation? I saw myself in her, I suppose. We both felt the people's joy as our own, yet alone we lacked the strength to protect them. There's so much that I love in this world, too much for me to take in my arms and keep safe, and that made me afraid. I needed someone who shared that love and fear, so together we could do what we couldn't by ourselves. Or maybe it's simpler than that. Maybe I wish that we could have been friends. So she turned on me in her final hour, despite desperate to safeguard Alexandria's future. I swore that I would see it done. In the end, I think you both found the friend you needed. I would be yours as well, Sven. Whenever you fall or struggle to rise, I'll come running to the rescue, and you do the same for me. That's how we'll protect the things we love. That's how we'll protect Alexandria. You're right, you're right. And don't forget about me! How could we? We'd not be where we are now without you. Right, we got a bit sidetracked there. We should probably be on our way. Do we patrol or see if Shale needs a hand? There you are. Coolja! Ah, splendid. We were afraid we'd miss you. Alize and the others said you were here. Good news, Aluki. We finally found a chink in Calix's armor. We discovered laboratories on Everkeep's 10th level that once housed a preservation initiative. Containment Complex 10-29 it's called, and it's been falsely registered as a distribution center. In reality, it hasn't recorded any traffic in decades. We don't think this is where Calix is hiding as such, but it may well contain clues that point us in the right direction. I'm sorry it took so long just to get this far. If you're interested, what do you say we all go and check it out together? Thank you for all your hard work. This is a huge step forward. And up, we need to take the lift to get to the complex. I've cleared this exudation with the relevant authorities, and we have one of our people waiting to operate said lift. Let's not keep her waiting. Let's go! This should be the dungeon then, I think, but... I'm willing to assume that it's probably the dungeon. Hello, lift attendant. Yep, let's go. I would not want to be the first one in, just in case it's a trap. It's a trap! Oh. Interesting. Interesting spot.
So this is one of Preservation's laboratories.
It's so dark I can barely see.
Just a moment. If I can reroute the power to the circuit.
You got the lights working.
Oh boy, we're touching stuff in a mad scientist lab. That's good. That's a good idea. That's a really good idea.
Smell how stale the air is.
Oh, thanks, Cryle. Thanks for that image. Thanks for that image, Cryle.
Galulja that we managed to locate this place.
You may remember that my earring contained the control code for the gate to the Golden City. As it was Preservation that constructed the portal, we reasoned that the code to operate it might include a signature of some sort, unique to their organization.
So I took a closer look, and a line-by-line examination yielded a string of symbols identifying the code's author.
Okay, okay.
Accessing the nodes for every door in Everkeep, seeking out control codes which contain those same symbols. After a grueling search, we finally discovered our prize behind door number 1860.
1860?
The facility in which we now stand. I'd probably still be at it if Galulja hadn't been around to assist me.
It's because Galulja's a Chad.
I took breaks, but Shale never stopped working. Not even once.
I can contribute precious little else, I'm afraid, but I appreciate your kind words.
Information's important, bitch.
In case this next part will require your helping hands.
Okay, okay. Okay.
We need to spread out and search for something that may lead us to Calyx.
We gotta find Calyx.
But I wonder, won't he realize we've found this place?
It's highly likely, and personally I hope he does.
Yeah, I assume he knew as soon as we walked in the door. You all know our main objective. We're here to pick up Calyx's trail. And we've learned a certain device that should help us do just that. I'll explain how as we proceed, but according to the information I was able to dredge up, the device in question should have been installed in the director's office. Now as for where that might be, yes, this map matches my data. This room we're in is the researcher's comms, located in the western side of the complex. The director's office is to the northeast of here. So we should cut access to this circular chamber in the middle, yes? Yes, we should, but unfortunately for us, the interior door is locked. We'll need a security key and the appropriate clearance to open it. Judging by the mechanism, it'll probably be a card of some kind. Can't you know, work some electro magic? I'll try my best, but this type of lock is well before my time. It may take a while to crack it. And in case I can't, you might want to look around and see if anyone left a security card behind. Considering the state of this place, it does seem like they abandoned it in some haste. I shouldn't be surprised if we found one. Very well, let's get to searching, shall we? Okay, time to look around. I expect we have the most luck looking where the researchers kept their personal belongings. You begin searching Containment Complex 10-29. Close cooperation will be necessary to overcome the obstacles barring your path forward. Helpful hints appear in a different color. Pay close attention to the information provided by your comrades. You should find yourself unable to should you find yourself. Oh, wait, is it a fucking puzzle? Puzzle? Few documents sit in an untidy stack atop the desk. You find no security card. Small shelving unit holds some office space, supplies, little of note. Hello? Appears to be the only desk with drawers already open. You can tell at a glance the desk former owner has left some things behind. Discover a card-shaped object. The electrode surface is marked with a bold level 1. Oh, could that be what we're looking for? Try it on the door and see if it opens. It's not gonna be that easy, I know that much. Hold the card-shaped object up to the scanner. Oh! Good thing too, I was getting nowhere. The outdated circuit. Curious though, why would they abandon a facility like this? It was run by Director Detrimus or so that terminal there told me. Perhaps there are more answers to be had once we venture further inside. Then let's continue onwards. The door to the director's office is across the central hub. I'm actually really enjoying this piece of MSQ. It's great. It's not gonna work. Scanner beeps in disapproval. Okay, no good. Maybe we need to find a different card. Yes, the scanner is demanding level 3 security clearance to open lock. As much as the delay chafes me, we'll just have to comb through the nearby rooms. Hope we stumble upon it. Let's start our search in the proto lab. We will find a way through together, Shale. I'm sure of it. Okay, so we're gonna have to go through a couple of labs. The way this room is set up, a canister inserted into that large device looks to be a soul cell. Could this be where they conducted their experiments to create Endless? But we could probably spend days investigating this complex. Finding a way into the director's office must take precedence. Speaking of which, Gloolja mentioned a locker over in the corner that he couldn't open. Perhaps you could take a look. Putting the correct combination will open it. You have yet to uncover any potential combinations. Perhaps speaking with your comrades will help you progress your investigation. Okay. Dug through this data tablet and found a journal. I'll read it to you. Experiment 158. Okay. Number along with. Okay. 158 right now. Oh. We'll go with none of them are gonna have anything for me. Submitting the inference candidate 201930. 201930. 201930. Oh, god damn it. Why'd you give me 40 numbers? How many numbers do I... Oh, God. Up to 5 digits and... Oh. 1... 5... 8... Step away from the number pad. Wilcomat had a thing that was 5 numbers, so let me go talk to her real quick. Alright, that's 6 number, or that's 6. 11509. 11509, let's try that. 11509, 11509, 11509. Yeah, 11509. Correct. 11509. As soon as it said 5 numbers, I was like, Wilcomat had a thing with 5 numbers. So. Okay, level 2. I like this. I'm liking this. This is a really good piece of MSQ. Look, you got the locker open. And you found another security card. Oh, but that does that say level 2? We need a level 3, didn't we? Yes, but it should still open more doors for us to explore. You did well, Luki. These preservation members led such surprisingly normal lives. Leaving notes, losing their cards, I guess I imagine they'd be more, what's the word? Bloodless? Mechanical? My parents were once a part of preservation, if you'll recall. It would seem the researchers who agreed with Calyx and his philosophy underwent the conversion to endless entities. But I assume those who could not or would not eventually left the organization altogether. Oh, I almost forgot the researchers kept journals in their data tablets. The one I read doesn't explain much, but the one I read doesn't explain much, but something big happened in the complex, and afterwards it was decided that everyone would become endless. The writer was really happy about this. You can tell how much they admired Calyx and his work. The entries ended after that, but maybe you can read more in the other tablet there. Right, let's move this investigation to another room. We will have the Deturo Lab and the maintenance facilities left to search. Both are accessed via the southeast corridor. Just back to the hub, and back to the hub, baby! And the lockdown acts across the way, which will hopefully yield before our new security card. I'll take the old one if you like. I doubt we'll have any more use for it. Okay, off we go. Use that. Yes, it opens. So where should we go first? The Territorial Lab or the facilities? Let's start with the lab. Okay. There doesn't seem to be any power here. No, none that at all. It's possible the energy supply for this room is on a separate conduit, which means there should be a contingency for opening the door. Look here, there's a sign above the card scanner. In case of emergency, backup power can be rerouted from facilities. Facilities room is down the other branch this corridor. Let's see about getting the power restored to the Deturo Lab, shall we? This is great. I'm really enjoying this, actually. This is a really fun piece of content. It's really good. It's really well written this time around. Engaging power supply. No good. It's returning an error. There must be a preliminary procedure. According to this error code reference, if the power supply has been interrupted for an extended period of time, then we need to reconfigure both the emergency generator and the circuit control panels. Shale, that's the emergency generator over there, isn't it? Ah, yes, by the looks of it, the same model as the one used in Heritage Found. But how does it send power to the other lab? Ah, I see. The energy cable attached to the base of this terminal leads down the hall directly to the Deturo Lab. Which means we need a way to connect the generator to that cable. Ah, okay. Puzzle time. Puzzle time. Using the control panel. Okay. But I wouldn't give her an instruction manual. Indeed, if you could look around for any written procedures, I'll keep digging. I can do it. I've used this type of machine before. Then would you be willing to try and reconfigure the circuit path, Lukey? The rest of us can help by supplying a Lukey with whatever information might be found. I like that they're giving me puzzles. I like puzzles. Puzzles good. Alright. So... Oh, yeah, okay. So that's there. Okay, yeah. Nope, wrong one. Wrong one. Square. Oh. Okay. Square? No, wait. Okay. Circle? No? Ha-ha! Got it! Nice! That was cool. I like that. Give me more puzzles, Square. Worked. We did it, Aluki. The Deutero Lab should now be fully powered. Well done, everyone. If I may, Shale, could we access a certain data log before moving on? I was checking the storage shelves and one of the labels caught my eye. Preservation, the early days is the title. Of course, it'll only take a moment to bring up the contents. It looks to be a text-based account. I'll read it out. Preservation, an Alexandrian Institute for Technological Development, was founded by Calix, an 11-year-old child prodigy. Approval for establishing the organization came from Alexandria's involvement in the storm surge with Calix's designs for new defensive solutions funded in large part by the Treasury. As the conflict grew in intensity, the casualties mounted. Calix funneled Preservation's resources towards the perfection of memory storage. Research into this field continued even after the storm surge came to an end, with Calix eventually electing to preserve his own memories in a virtual domain. So this is the account from before he embraced his endless existence hundreds of years ago. I met him only once before the storm surge began. I was attending my father, who was then the reigning king of Alexandria. Calix could not have been more than 10 years of age and required constant treatment for his debilitating illness, yet he still published theories so highly regarded that even the royal family was aware of his achievements. Life should not be lost to the injustice of death, and even now I can hear the single-minded will behind his words. So it was that when war came to our kingdom, my father was quick to commit his unwavering support to the somber youth and his proposals for preservation. Several years later, an ensuing violence brought the death of both my parents. Overwhelmed as I was by the sudden succession to the throne, I suspected they spared me the reports on endless research and other less urgent matters. So you had no way of knowing what kind of person Calix was changing into. Did he change? I wonder, perhaps he was ever been the type to value ideals over compassion, and I failed to see it at the time. Or perhaps he did change, but is still driven by those same deeply held beliefs that morality is cruel and unjust, and his role is to deliver mankind from this fate. Or mortality. Whatever the case may be, we cannot allow him to shape our future. Let's press on, shall we? If I've done my job correctly, the door to the Daturo lab should be accessible now. I'll give everything a once over just to be sure. Man, dude, this is really well written compared to the rest of Dawn Trail. Oh, man. The energy current seems stable enough, so still you should don't look in the locker, huh? The energy current seems stable enough, still you should let me handle this one. Security card, if you please. Oh, and quick prayer that a shortened wire doesn't burn me from the inside out. Now I have to look in the goddamn locker, bud. Where's the locker? Is it in the lab? The locker in the lab? I have to look in the locker now. Where's the fucking locker? It's got to be in the lab. Okay. It's in the lab. I'm looking in the damn locker. There's a dead body in there? There's a dead body in there. I don't know, man. All right. God's above, isn't that? Is he making his own fucking key? The key to interdimensional fusion? That looks to be a schematic on the monitor. I've used it to make another key, but isn't it missing the shard inside like the one Aluki has? We may have been laboring under a misconception. The key was originally a Malalia relic. Once this treasure came into its possession, preservation began working to harness the power to cross dimensions. Aside from the crystal, we can see that all vessels' components were constructed here, so what might that tell us? The crystal itself is the key? That would be the logical conclusion, yes. It is as my parents explained. Key remains shrouded in mystery. Preservation augmented it with electrope, but never grasped the technology's underlying principles. To this day, not a single person understands the mechanics of interdimensional fusion, not who imbued the key with its power, not when they did so, nor why. Now it makes sense. Calyx can track the key because its vessel was made by preservation. I believe there is much we may learn in this room. On our next visit, I will have to enlist Yustola's assistance for a thorough investigation. I too am curious about a great many things, but pinning down Calyx's whereabouts is our priority. Hopefully there is a security card here that grants access to the director's office. Research conducted in this lab appears to have been highly confidential in nature. Some of the personnel must have belonged to the organization's upper echelons, and that means higher security clearance. We should spread out and look for any cards they left behind. Remember, anything unless then a level 3 is a no good to us. Okay, no locker in this room. Find a security card in the cabinet drawer. Oh, did you find a security card? Well, that's a stroke of luck. Let's have Shale examine it to be sure. Okay. Well, if it isn't exactly what we needed. Nice work, Aluki. Buy a data pad in a different room? Is it a room I've already been in? You were saying that a certain device was going to help us. Right, I haven't properly explained myself, have I? I'm looking for a data relay. Oh, so the room coming up then. After we discovered this stability abandoned complex, I performed a curiosity investigation which detected a connection to an outside network. When I traced the data's routing, I confirmed traffic from a web of Everkeep security cameras. Considering the way Calix is always one step ahead of us, we must assume he's quietly seized control of the city's surveillance system and has been using it to monitor our activities. Monitor what you, as the key holder, are planning. But since Calix is the ultimate recipient of those transmissions, the flow of data is like a river that we can follow back to him. Which is why I need the data relay. If I can analyze the device and then see where it's rerouting all the surveillance traffic, then you can reroute it back. And you can pinpoint Calix's position. Okay. That said, he has done nothing to impede our progress, which makes me think I might be on the entirely wrong track. Maybe the reason he isn't stopping us is because he can't? Back in the old castle, Calix said he was measuring Aluki's strength. What can he possibly dream up that's stronger? Well, speaking of cameras, there was another thing I meant to mention. I found evidence that someone deliberately disabled the surveillance feed in this room. The most recent recording was also crudely deleted. I was able to restore the data though, if you'd like to see it. I'll start the show then.
Are you really planning to leave?
Yes. The idea of eternal life. It's begun to frighten me.
I struggle to renounce our conventional wisdom. Death is the means by which life prunes its branches, leaving the trunk to grow strong and tall. We die so that our species may flourish. What would become of mankind were we to halt that process?
Oh god, he's got the Eve fuckboy hair. Oh no.
Perhaps we strive for the wrong thing.
Your argument is a rejection of Master Calix's vision.
I suppose it is. Perhaps such dread would not plague me, were I capable of sharing his perspective on the subject.
Hmm.
But I cannot. He and I are too different, in too many ways. I lack his extraordinary genius. I had no illness threatening to cut my life short, no singularity of will to cut away all distractions and focus solely upon research.
I have nothing but respect for his determination. The way he overcame his prognosis and seized the means to transcend death itself. But I'm not convinced that this obsession with living is the right path. That's why I've decided to leave preservation and put all my effort towards building a legacy for the next generation to come. Surely you...
Oh, he shot her. Holy shit.
Protocol, you understand. There can be no exceptions.
Well, okay then. We're just killing people left and right, even in the past. Bro, that was a fucking chest shot, too. What the fuck? Only wanted to leave and he executed her. I checked the images against the personnel data, and the man who pulled the trigger was Director Demetrius himself. Everything I could find on him pointed to a deep infatuation with Master Calix. The cameras in this room have been out of operation ever since that incident. Given that the recording was erased, I can only assume he was trying to conceal his grisly deed from the other researchers. Not surprised, given how many parents described their defection from... how my parents described their defection from the Institute. They spoke of rushing me through a portal even as Preservation's agents closed in on them. I dared not ask what became of them after that, but it turns out they were captured by their pursuers. Did not regret their actions. Right, the echo, knowing you saw them as they were. Your words give me great comfort. Oh, Kryl. We're not seen. Thanks to having... thanks to the haven of living memory, I was at least able to meet my parents and learn what they stood for. It is enough for me to carry on. Even now, we don't know how the conflict unfolded between your parents and Preservation. But what we do know is that your mother and father clearly expunged every last trace of their movements. They made sure no one could cross into the source or threaten their child's safety. Right, let's press on, shall we? This tale behind the key deserves a fitting conclusion. To the director's office. Hell yeah. This is like really good and really like I'm really engaged with this right now. It's really great story. Scanning device, it waits silently for a security card with the appropriate level of clearance. Alright, let's get this bad boy done. You hold the level 3 security card up to the scanner. There we go, let's head inside. Now to find the data relay, and don't be shy, everyone speak up if anything odd catches your eye. Lukey, come with me, I might have need of that security card. Alrighty then. In this room? Oh. Found the locker. The office is also smaller than the map suggested. I'm positive we're in the right room. What am I missing? Sorry, Lukey. Could I ask you to search the office for any clues to this info? Amongst other personal effects, you find what is presumably the director's data tablet. A closed locker stands next to the tablet. Search the locker, baby! Door of the locker swings open. There's it. Oh my god! Okay. Yep. It contains nothing of note. You quietly shut the locker. You goddamn right I did. What the fuck? Yeah, that's disturbing, alright. Somebody's a little obsessed. Pick up the data tablet and begin skimming through the contents. Alright, shutdown protocols? All personnel have undergone processing. Once the shutdown protocols have been completed, I will proceed with my own corporeal dissolution. As long as the key remains in the physical world, we must keep this complex in pristine condition, whether it be neat. Okay. Well, okay then. That was, yeah, uh-huh. Well, oh, he's got a fucking bar in this bitch? Hell yeah. Look at that fucking coffee machine, bro. I want that coffee machine. That thing is sick. Got like strobe lights and shit. Fuck yeah. I'd get that coffee machine. You goddamn right I would. Office shelves. Oh, I should have read that. Yeah, that was an interesting locker there. I certainly wouldn't want anyone to see that if I was him. Instructions for accessing a secure room, no less. Seems we need to enter a password on 3 different terminals at the same time. There was no such room marked on the map, was there? No, precautionary measure, no doubt, and if the passwords are involved, I expect this access lift itself to be concealed too. Concealed by electrope, you mean? Could it be that wall? I thought it seemed odd when I walked past. Remember what Calculus said? Or used to say, Shale, never trust an electrope surface? You can pass light through electrope. Truly, it never had the property in my time. Luki is having a little fun. I think what we mean is electrope can project a false appearance. In which case, it shouldn't be too hard to disable. Another door. We managed to deactivate the projection, but the lock is another story. In the note, lay out the password protocol. I say we go ahead and try it. I agree. 2 people should prepare the lab terminals for input while the rest of us look for the password. Office. Then I'll take the Deturo lab. Actually, it might be better if you stayed, seeing your knowledge of Alexandria and its people could be needed here. Yes, you're right. If the passwords are hiding behind clues, it may be something I can help with. I can help too. I've lived my whole life in Alexandria after all. I will take the Turo Lab duty then. We can keep in touch via communicator to match our timing. Luki, you shall have the honor of entering the office password. Once we've determined what we need to input, take your place at this terminal. I'll stand by to guide Wooklamat and Cryo through the process. You know, there was that display plate over there, the one with the gems. I thought since it was made of electrope, it might have some other purpose. But it couldn't find any switches or buttons to make it do anything. Maybe you can figure it out? Okay. Oh! Gems. It's a gem. Needs a gem. Two jewels are embedded in the electroplate. You identify a blue gem as a sapphire and red gem as a garnet. There also appears to be an empty slot for another jewel to fill. Huh. It'll open the locker again, I think. Yeah. Okay, nothing in there. Nothing in there. Talk to Sphene. Closer look at these reports. One of them I... Daily reports. Nothing of note. The mystery of the key's activation condition remains unsolved. The key triggered an explosion today. Should be the boy. Kept searching the drawers with the books and found a cube puzzle made of electro. It's probably just a toy, but maybe. Solve the puzzle. Let's see, if I move this bit, then connect this circuit to that one there. Huh. There's something inside of it. Pretty green stone. I think it might be Alexandrite. They say these gems were so treasured in the past, they named the kingdom after them. Here, you should hold on to this case. Okay. Oh, gemstone fits snugly into place. Almost immediately afterwards, the glowing lines of a diagram appear on the display, accompanied by a short phrase. It's the floor plan of this complex. As you continue studying the display, you realize that these shapes correspond to the rooms of the complex in which you now stand. This may be related to the passwords you were looking for. Glowing words appear to be handwritten. Yes, I knew it. That jewel would come in handy. Let me see. Heed the stones. This must be about the special meanings Alexandrians have for gems. It's an old belief, I think, where each type of gem means something different. I bet if you asked Fiend, she could tell you more about it. After all, her name comes from a gemstone. Alexandrite Director's Office. Sapphire Protolab. Garnet to the Turo Lab. Heed the stones. I mean, I don't need to talk to Sphene. I already know that the puzzle is. Deturo Lab, Protolab, Director's Office. Okay. Okay. Yes, if you have a question, you only need to ask. Symbol concept of protection. It is incidentally also the origin of Alexandria's name. Or are you thinking this has something to do with the passwords? Sapphire and Garnet as well, you say. They all have meanings. So Alexandrite's protection, Sapphire is honesty, and Garnet is devotion. Okay. Okay, so that means, Protolab is honesty, devotion, and protection. Okay, I get it. Protolab, honesty, devotion, protection. Okay, cool. Nice. We got the elevator. Clap, clap. That secure room is the only place we've yet to search. If the data relay is anywhere, it has to be there. We'll venture in as soon as Wukamat and Krau rejoin us. This has been so good. I'm glad they really made a great MSQ for this patch. Also, I appreciate they toned down Wukamat into like the floor, just because they kind of needed to.
To me, but this is definitely what we're after.
It is, but whether or not it will suffice for our purposes is another question.
The Endless are created using the memories of the deceased. But as memories are, in essence, collections of data, the resultant entities have no physical form. These data entities, as we might call them, have only two methods for interacting with the material world. One of these we saw in Living Memory, where the Endless are granted temporary bodies through the use of corporeal ether. They become much like solid ghosts that one can see and touch. The other method, which Kafkiwa employed, is the remote operation of a machine. But where do you suppose the Endless are to be found when not inhabiting a physical body?
The Endless are memories, and if memories are data, then...
Yes, we suspect they reside in a virtual domain, one contained entirely within an electrope-based machine. We've seen such a realm before, after all.
Okay.
Oh, you mean like the Alexandria made from the Endless Fiend's memories? It all seems so real.
So this virtual domain, it would also be housed within the Meso terminal.
Okay.
But how? I thought we shut down all the terminals in Living Memory.
You did. And Kafkiwa's program performed just as she intended. The Meso terminal itself was deactivated, as evidenced by the failure of the device which was keeping Spheen's body in stasis. Be that as it may, we face a master of electrope engineering. That he managed to partition and protect the sector harboring his own memories is well within the bounds of possibility.
Let us say that the Meso terminal does indeed contain a second domain, and that Calyx himself resides there. This city, on the other hand, exists here in the source. That being the case, I thought perhaps we could prevent his remote interference by closing the gate to the Golden City, and thus severing the connection between worlds.
Except I tried to close it once already when I visited Living Memory. The process required administrative authorization, a restriction I assumed at the time had been imposed by the Queen.
But now you think Calyx might be responsible.
Just as I suspected. Even now, security transmissions from throughout the keep are being tapped by the core system and routed elsewhere. Almost every single one has you as its focus. He's keeping track of the keyholder's movements.
So he wants us to go there.
And what a waste of time it's been. Hoping to find me by tracing security data? That will not be necessary. Through a not inconsiderable effort, I've taken your measure and prepared a force sufficient to subdue you.
Oh, are you sure about that? Are you sure about that?
Come. I invite you to the upper reaches of the Meso terminal. The storage device which holds my memories is there. Break the memory bank and victory is yours. I, in turn, will seek to wrest the key from you with any and every means at my disposal.
And if we refuse this invitation?
I will wait and continue to convert Alexandrians into endless. Consider the urgency of the situation and make the wiser choice.
Answer me one question, Calyx. The Endless Fiend. When she was queen, you had her face an impossible task, then manipulated her into using the key when she was at her most desperate. If you can do all that, then why not whisk it away when her plans went to ruin? Why let it fall into our hands?
We pour salt in the wound. That disaster was a miscalculation on my part. As her end drew near, Sphene and her restructured memories have become one with the terminal's control systems. In that singular place, in that singular moment, she wielded an authority greater than mine. Thus she was able to shield you, the neighboring sovereign to whom she entrusted her nation's future, and the hero to whom she entrusted that priceless key. I am unsure to what degree she perceived my presence, but she knew that someone was watching. Does that satisfy your curiosity?
It does. And I'm satisfied that you will take nothing more from this nation. Not one more life, not one more future, not one single smile from another child's face. You hear me?
Okay, Wukamat. Okay, I'm fucking with it.
Sorry for losing my temper, but there's only one way we can deal with people like Calyx. Whatever grand future he envisions, someone will be made to pay the price.
Yeah, exactly.
Let that happen.
Okay, Wukamat. Okay. Yeah, I don't think he understands that we literally killed God. Like, we killed a interdimensional God. Like, Actually, we killed 3 gods.
I realize it is not my place to say this. Even so, I must thank you both. On behalf of my other self, allow me to say how grateful I am to have you as our champions.
Ah! It's right in the feels, man. Right in the feels. Oh, oh. What do you got, Calyx? Oh. Phew, that was an adventure. May not have been the method Shale was hoping for, but finally reached the dungeon. But at least now we know where to find Calyx and what we need to do next. Indeed, while I remain curious about Preservation's research into the key, that is an investigation for another day. And let's head straight to the back room. We should get everyone on the same page before we make our move. Hell yeah, let's go, dude. Alright. Yeah, I feel like that's a good break point. I'm gonna call it good there for the night, and I'm gonna finish her up tomorrow. But this has been really fun, and I'm very happy about this. So I'm gonna go ahead and end stream here, and I will be back tomorrow.